New rules today about mothers caught crossing the border. ICE officials say that they will not detain or arrest women who are pregnant, nursing, or with maybe have given birth within the last year, they say, to allow for infant development and parental bonding. And that news comes as Texas continues to raise money for a border wall. Ken Molestina, in fact, just got back from a trip along the border where he found agents overwhelmed and understaffed.
Quite literally the busiest we've ever seen. I've only got 14-something years in the job, and it's never been like this before.
Out of control. That's how border agent and the president of the Del Rio Border Patrol Union, John Anfinson, is describing the amount of illegal crossings in the Del Rio area.
On a weekly basis, we're somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 a week, where in years past, 2,000 would be a lot.
The massive influx has overwhelmed processing centers, so agents who would typically be out on patrol are now stuck inside.
They're frequently babysitting. They're on sort of a guard duty of sorts. Even when we were busy in the past, we still had enough agents to go out into the field to patrol, to at least arrest whoever we could. Now, we have some stations where the entire shift is indoors processing.
In March, Governor Abbott sent 1,000 DPS troopers to help, but Anfinson says they're still outmatched.
We see them because they pop up on cameras and sensors, but we can't do anything about it. We see the faces of people who have crossed illegally and are getting away, but we can do nothing about it.
Because you don't have enough people to get to them.
Right, we just can count it as a person who's gotten away from us. That's the best we can do at this point.
So the big question now is, will building a wall help? The governor thinks so, and he has a lot of support for it. Last month, he announced a $250 million down payment for the project and opened a fund for donations, which flooded in from all over the U.S. CBS 11 obtained records from the state that show in the week after Abbott's announcement, 4,700 people in more than 40 states sent money. The payments ranged from $1 up to $5,000. In the first week, donations totaled more than $430,000. That number now stands at $790,000.
Any physical barriers that we put up will help.
Anfinson says he's on board.
Can't be built everywhere, but we can put it in certain areas to kind of funnel the traffic to where we will be able to dictate where people cross instead of the cartels doing it.
But he also says a wall can't be the only solution.
But in the meantime, there are a lot of things in the U.S. that are drawing people to come here. And until we deal with things like businesses who employ people who are illegally present in the U.S., until we deal with an asylum system that's just frankly being abused, there's no incentive for people to not come. They're going to say, this is my chance. Of course they're going to cross.
Well, you know, while this crisis is costing America millions, it is a cash cow for the cartels. Doug, the Border Patrol says cartels are making up to $24 million a week from human smuggling.